We're exploring NB, the Rothesay edition. I'm Rod Martins, and this is Andy Childs from Three Rivers Realty and Coldwell Banker Select Realty. Today we're going to focus on a beautiful town called Rothesay in southwest New Brunswick.
Yeah, we're just northeast of St. John. We're in between St. John, New Brunswick and Quispamsis, New Brunswick, huddled in here into the valley in a picturesque part of the world.
This is Rothesay Common. It's kind of the heart of what Rothesay is. Now, I didn't grow up here, but you kind of did,
Yeah.
and your children kind of grew up in Rothesay Common.
Yeah, the first home that I bought with my wife was here in Rothesay, and I have fond memories of my first two being little on their bikes and bringing them over here and riding the paths here, and then with their training wheels on, we kind of give them those little nudges, and we just had a ball here. It's funny because that's where we met so many of our neighbors and other people that we didn't know from the area. It's just a gathering spot. There's basketball nets over here. There's got to be 6 or 8 of them. There's always people playing basketball. In the wintertime, the basketball court actually becomes a rink, and it's a beautiful rink. They've got a Zamboni here that keeps the ice made and cleans the ice. It lights up. This place is just like a postcard in the wintertime.
Yeah, so it's 4 seasons. It's 4 seasons of fun. It's 4 seasons of family fun.
Yeah.
There are people picnicking here all the time. There's a great playground for children. As you can probably hear in the background, there are basketballs being bounced as we're talking right now. There's people enjoying lunch or playing around in the park. This is the heart and the center of what's known as Rothesay. Once again, bordering St. John to the west and Quispamsis to the east. A couple of interesting points about Rothesay Common. Back in 2016, there was a national competition for the best public place or the best places in Canada, and Rothesay Common won the People's Choice Award for Best Public Space in 2016.
Yeah.
Across Canada.
Yeah.
It's just that cool of a spot. Now, Rothesay, some of the history of Rothesay, and this is very interesting. This used to be the summer vacation spot for the rich of St. John back in the day.
Yeah, just to get out of the fog belt just a little bit, and they get a little bit of sun. And this was the country. I mean, 30 years ago. It's crazy.
But if you go back to the late 1800s, there's homes here that are still beautifully restored. If you're looking for a heritage home, Rothesay has an abundance of them, built in the 1860s, 70s, 80s. They're still being used and lovingly cared for today, overlooking the Kennebecasis River, and that's a big plus about Rothesay as well.
Yeah.
We're bordered, the entire town is bordered by the Kennebecasis River, which runs off the St. John.
Yeah, and the homes that you don't see from the road, but if you're on the water, you see the way they're nestled in there. They're not jammed in together. It's they've got great spaces, and like you said, some of the older homes might be even some of the nicer homes that we have here because they're so well kept.
Yeah, and we've got a fantastic golf course here, Riverside, private course, beautiful. It
Yeah.
really is.
Oh, yeah.
You're into boating, you're into yachting. We have 2 of those clubs here. We'll talk about all the fun stuff you can do with families, and we'll show you some of the neighborhoods as well. We'll talk about everything from Wells to Fairville to Kennebecasis Park. Some of the real estate here is impressive. I'm telling you right now. But the prices, if you're looking at this place and the homes you can buy here for the prices, you couldn't imagine that anywhere else in Canada. Like, we're still dead cheap compared to everywhere else. But Rothesay is kind of known as the old money part of the province, really.
Yeah, it really is.
When you think about it. Another great thing about Rothesay, this came out, I think, in 2019 and 2020. I don't believe the 2021 is out yet. But Rothesay Quispamsis, so they actually named them together. It's the neighboring community to the east. You blink and you're in Quispamsis, you blink and you're back into Rothesay. But anyways, those 2 neighborhoods were chosen as the safest place to live in Canada in 2019, and I believe they came in second in 2020. But the person or the town that won number 1 said there was a glitch, so we're probably not number 1. It should go to Quispamsis and Rothesay. So Rothesay, not only is it a beautiful spot to live, but it's also a very safe place to live. And one other thing, you brought it up earlier, Andy, the difference between the quote unquote fog belt in St. John to here. What does that mean for Rothesay?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It is the fog belt. Everybody knows that the fog belt. It comes in off the Bay of Fundy in the downtown or uptown St. John area, and it will make its way just about, you can see almost a wall where the fog stops coming into Rothesay,
Yeah.
and then you go from from fog to blue sky, and it's really neat because you still get a little bit of that air coming from the fog into Rothesay, which keeps the summertime temperatures cooler, you know, around 24, 25, 26 degrees, and in the opposite in the wintertime. So where it's colder inland, the water temperature in the bay doesn't change all that much, so it actually keeps it more mild in the wintertime. So it's the best of both worlds. It's a neat mix.
Yeah, it's a milder winter and not a smoking hot summer. A lot of homes here do not have air conditioners. I repeat, do not have air conditioners, and you don't need them. It's amazing. It's going to be a great tour today. Enjoy it. Rothesay as we explore NB with Rod and Andy from Three Rivers Realty. Exploring NB, the Rothesay edition continues on. I'm Rod, this is Andy. We're doing a little trek right now on some of the world famous trails here in Rothesay.
Yeah, here we are in Rothesay, New Brunswick. It's absolutely beautiful. We're just a few steps away from Spyglass Hill, which is one of the best vantage points around.
You're going to see great footage of that coming up now. The glory of editing, right, Andy?
Perfect.
It was a little windy up there. We couldn't really talk because it's breezy here in Rothesay, but we're in late June right now and it's comfortable. And this is what we're kind of famous for here, the perfect temperate climate. If you love to walk, if you love to hike, if you love to cycle, you couldn't find a better climate in the summertime. I'd say the average temp in June, July, August is probably around, what, 24, 25 degrees?
I was going to say, yeah, anywhere between 24 and 26. They say we've got a built-in air conditioner with the Bay of Fundy, bringing in just a little bit of nice cool breeze for us.
So if you love hiking, if you love trails, Rothesay is a great place to be. Exploring NB, the Rothesay edition continues on. I'm Rod, this is Andy from Three Rivers Realty, and right now we're at Renforth Wharf. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we're right on the river. As you can see behind us, we've got some sailboats moored. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got the Renforth Boat Club next to us, the Rothesay Boat Club just up a little ways. This beautiful Kennebecasis River runs into the St. John River in St. John, the city. It's a beautiful spot.
It's a really long river. St. John River is like 500 and some kilometers long. This one, there'll be a thought bubble coming up right now that'll tell you exactly how long the Kennebecasis River is, because I don't know off the top of my head, but it's one of the great rivers in New Brunswick, and it runs along the entirety of Rothesay. And in the wintertime, Andy, this turns into kind of a cool little town, doesn't it?
Yeah, with ice fishing, you see ice fishing shacks, and there's all kinds of people here. Sometimes they stay all day. They've got a warm shack. Some people come out just with little tents, and they drill a hole in the ice, and they catch smelt and hake and all kinds of different things. And it's quite a community. It's a bit of a party here on the weekends, actually.
Yeah, they actually get pizzas delivered out here and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It's really cool. There's a lot of alpine and moose light that gets drank out here on Renforth Wharf in the wintertime during ice fishing season. There's probably 50, 60 shacks out here at its peak, right?
Yeah, easily. Yeah, there's a couple around here, but this is the biggest area right here for the shacks.
Yeah, so if you love getting out on the river, like if you love kayaking, if you love canoeing, if you love sailing, powerboating, whatever the case is, you've got a great opportunity to do so right along the Kennebecasis River. And yeah, the St. John River is what, 10 kilometers away?
Yep.
We're exploring NB, Rothesay. We're exploring NB, the Rothesay edition. I'm Rod, and this is Andy, and we're in Wells right now, which is, I guess, one of the 5 or 6 boroughs that is now simply known as Rothesay.
Yeah, absolutely. We are in Wells. It's also commonly known as French Village. Speaking of boroughs, all of the boroughs actually in the area amalgamated into one, calling it Rothesay on January the 1st, 1998. And that included Wells right here, East Riverside, Renforth, Kingshurst, Fairville,
and Kennebecasis Park.
Kennebecasis Park, all Rothesay.
It is. It's a really cool area out here in French Village because the majority of the lots are 1 acre. This is on well. They're all on well out here. A lot of Rothesay is on well, and that shocks a lot of people around the country, but our water here is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And it never ever runs out. Never runs out. I get people filling out their pools using their wells. It's like unbelievable. But out here, there's most homes are on septic as well, so they needed the lots, and that's just how they parceled it out. So if you love a lot of space and don't like your neighbors breathing down your neck, you'd be shocked at how reasonably priced homes are out here in French Village with a 1 acre lot. It's unbelievable.
One of the things I really like about it is the driveway. It's just a little bit longer than a typical driveway, so it just gives you that much privacy in the front of your house as well.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Now, we're out here as well. Wells is also really good for sporting. Just to that side of us, we got soccer fields, we got baseball fields, we got a dog park. It's a really good spot for the children to have tournaments, even beer league balls out here, right?
Yeah, all ages out here. I mean, right now there's people walking around, their dogs are walking. Oh, and behind us too, we've got the famous soccer ball / baseball, which people know they're coming into Wells when they see that on the left coming in.
There's a lot more great recreational activities in the town of Rothesay as well. Arthur Miller Fields. I can't say it. It's fast for some reason. Anyways, you're going to see it right now. The joys of editing. We've got a couple of rinks too, right?
Yeah, we've got RNS at the Rothesay Netherwood School, which we're going to talk a little bit about. We also have the Rothesay Arena itself, and they're both very handy to one another and very central to everything.
And there's another ball diamond just up the road here on the airport arterial, is there not?
Yeah, there is.
So there's, if you want to get out and have fun, or if your kids are really into soccer or sports, you've got a great opportunity to do that right in the heart of Rothesay. Of course, St. John is just minutes away, and Quispamsis, kind of the sister town. Although if you're from Rothesay, you're not from Quispamsis, and vice versa. But there's a couple of great arenas and a big Q-plex in Quispamsis as well. So if you're into sports, or your children are into sports, Rothesay is a great place to hang out and buy a home. Exploring NB, the Rothesay edition continues on. I'm Rod, this is Andy from Three Rivers Realty. Right now we're looking at the retail sector in Rothesay.
Yeah, another plaza which is really filled with family-owned mom and pop shops, restaurants.
Flower shops, dental, like you name it. Java Moose, which is kind of a New Brunswick original, is right behind us as well for
Delicious.
Great local coffee. There's also a craft brewer in this plaza. Another pub opening up in a few weeks.
I would say anytime.
Yeah, anytime now. And as a matter of fact, since we're talking beer, because it's one of my favorite subjects, there's not one, but 3 craft brewers in Rothesay. There's Foghorn, there's Long Bay, and there's Hammond River Brewing. And they're all fantastic.
I've had a few growlers there myself.
Restaurant-wise, too, we've got a lot of great restaurants in town, right?
Yeah, and that's my favorite thing is there's fast food, there's your A&W, McDonald's, and all that kind of thing, but there's also the family-owned ones, and then the restaurants that have been here forever. These people volunteer in the community, the owners, and it's just it's nice to be able to go in there, know them, know you're supporting them, and just get fabulous food every time.
Yeah, and it's gastropub stuff. It's Irish pub. It's pizza. It's pasta. It's Italian. Like the breadth of opportunity here in Rothesay proper is fantastic. And if you want to go into St. John, which also has a fantastic mom and pop, great restaurant scene and pub scene, it's a 15-minute drive into uptown St. John. It really is. You're getting the best of both worlds. You're out of the fog belt in St. John. You're in this glorious sunshine. But you still got the mellower temperatures in the summertime and the mellower temperatures in the wintertime as well. Speaking of retail, Country Market in town. We've got 2 supermarket chains. What else we got? All the banks you'd want.
Yeah, pretty much every bank. We've got 3 or 4 pharmacies. There's Cannabis NB. There's the New Brunswick Liquor Store. There's
Starbucks.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on and on. You really don't need to go into St. John if you don't want to. But you're more than welcome to if you want, and it's only 15 minutes away. But the commercial and retail sector right here in Rothesay is fantastic. You're going to enjoy it. All right, we're wrapping up Exploring NB, the Rothesay edition. I'm Rod, this is Andy from Three Rivers Realty, and right now we're at what you would consider your favorite spot in Rothesay.
Yeah, actually it is my favorite spot in Rothesay. It's my favorite spot in maybe the whole world. You come down here after supper in the evenings and the sunsets are absolutely beautiful. We usually sit over here where we can see behind us Long Island. You might be able to see this rock face. It's called Minister's Face. The sun's setting and the water's calm and the kids are dropping rocks and stones into the water. I mean, it's magical. It's a perfect place.
And this park is East Riverside Kinghurst Park.
Yep.
And it runs right along the river. It's just a lot of walking trails, some beaches. It's really nice. And if you look this way, you can actually see Grand Bay, which is a town around 40 kilometers away. You're looking up the Kennebecasis where it meets the St. John River. The views are, as Andy say, Stunning. Stunning. Now, we just wanted to bring up a couple of things about Rothesay that we hadn't brought up earlier. The schooling, there's 3 elementary schools in the area.
Yep.
There's 1 middle school and there's 1 high school, and what some would consider one of the greatest private schools in all of Canada here as well, Rothesay Netherwood School.
Rothesay Netherwood School, yeah, it is. People come from all over the world here. It's a jewel, and they also have a fun fact. They've got 100% acceptance rate in the university at this school.
At Rothesay Netherwood.
100%.
Yeah, it's like if you're looking for top notch, like he was saying, from around the world, people live here and stay in dorms year round. But if you live here locally, you can still send your children there as well. But it is a private school. I think we have Touchstone Academy as well here in town. So great options, great opportunities. Schooling's here. You've got all the sports your kids could ever imagine. For us big boys, you want to play hockey, you have no problems finding a beer pickup league, right?
Absolutely.
Anytime during the year. Great trails, banks, doctors, salons, spas, it's all here in Rothesay. If you'd like to find out more information on some of the great homes that are available in Rothesay, all our details are below. Please give us a call. You can text us or you can email us as well, or check out our website. All the details are below. Bidding you adieu in front of the beautiful Kennebecasis River and Minister's Face. I'm Rod, and this is Andy from 3 Rivers Realty with Coldwell Banker Select Realty. Thank you for watching our 3rd edition of Exploring NB, this time featuring Rothesay.